I think there's that moment in life when something hits you really strongly and you ask yourself the question, why am I here? I've had so many of such moments. And even I remember one time I watched a film, Blood Diamond. There's a scene in the film where you see this guy who's the whole time through the movie, he's just seeking after one thing. And then it comes a scene for him. He could have tried to make it, but instead
Take it, huh?
Mr. Archer?
Take it! Take it!
I can carry you.
You take your boy home, huh?
he
Take him
gave a chance for someone else to start a new beginning. And for me, when I learned about the situations in Nigeria, the children being kidnapped, lives have been lost, and people have been displaced. But worse than that is the future. What is the future of the survivors? How do you get them to a place of healing? How do you get them to a place of rebuilding? And so when you learn about things like that, it hits you really hard. But then what can we do? I think that's the next step is, what do we do? Is it just enough for us to be hearing these stories? What can we do? And I'm really so thankful for all the NGOs, all the support that is going into regions like that all across the world that is facing great challenges. But for each and every one of us, even though we're not part of an NGO, or we're not on ground trying to help out at a camp or at a refugee camp, I still think we can do something. And it's this sort of heart that led me about 4 years ago to start thinking of what could be done to help impact Africa's youth. Our mission is redefining futures for Africa's youth through technology and storytelling. And one of the problems we're really passionate about is how we can impact youths in Northeast Nigeria. There's low literacy level. Now the schools have been disrupted due to insurgency over the years of trying, and then also this psychological trauma that families, survivors have to live through, and so that drives lack of inspiration for learning. And so what do we want to do? We want to see how we can provide a channel where grief could be turned into something constructive and something that could help rebuild their lives with. One of the things is what we're looking at is storytelling. There's so much power in storytelling. It's something really personal to me. I remember a few years ago I lost someone who was really close to me, someone who really played a really critical role in my life at a certain point. And so it was real difficult for me moving through that season. But I found out true stories and true storytelling, writing my own story, I was redefining my own future. Instead of letting all this pain suck me in, and make me live in depression forever, I found a way to write myself out of that situation. So it's the same concept that we're looking at introducing in the same area as well. So we have video trainings and video courses on all different aspects of storytelling, and also as well as filmmaking. And at this stage, what we're doing is a basic we call it filmmaking crash course. So students can register, sign up for a course, finish a course, learn whatever they can. And the beauty of it, everything is really basic. that they can learn with your smartphones and actually do their projects with their smartphones as well. And so our thing is first to inspire, educate, and then empower young makers and storytellers. Like I said, we started about a few years ago, back in 2014, and we've gone through different phases of iteration over the last 4 years, and now we're really excited to call it Storytellers Camp. And basically, how does it work? So if you go to storytellers.camp, that's pretty much where the web app is, and they could register, download, and then stream the content. But then we realize there's also a problem, because some of these kids might not be able to afford data, in order to stream video content, and there's a lot of videos. And so what we ended up doing, we needed to find a solution that we can provide a video content locally wherever they are. So that led us into this 3-step plan that we're looking at. So how does it work? First, we're going to discover and train program facilitators. And once we're done training program facilitators in the region, next thing is we need to equip them with Opify Play servers. So pretty much every facilitator will have something like this, a box like this, and inside this box is a server and access point that allows students with smartphones to be able to connect over Wi-Fi and stream or download content. In that way, they do not have to worry about a data plan. And then move on to step 3. The students complete the programs, they're doing their projects, and we just empower them for success. How do we hope to empower them for success? That leads us to the gamification process. The way it works, we've built in a rewarding system into the whole learning platform. So every little bit thing they do, every little baby step they take, it's being rewarded. So for example, they finish watching a video on a certain training, they get to get a bit of points from that. But then when they get to do projects assigned with that course, they get additional points, and they keep accumulating these points. And what do we do with these points? So I'll give you an example. A student might be learning cinematography, and just watching the videos, learning all the concepts, basic concepts, and then they're using a smartphone, like using an app like Filmic Pro, and they're using that to try different things they've learned. They're doing their projects, and as they're doing this, they're accumulating points. At a certain point, when they reach certain points limit, we can say, oh, you can trade those points for, say, a DSLR camera. You can trade those points for a scholarship to go to for an advanced training at a film school. So things like that we're giving them currency while they're taking this training, and that's something we believe is going to help engage the youth in enrolling and completing the courses. Our end goal through Storytellers Camp is we believe we will develop storytellers and thought leaders in these regions who will create to impact their communities, becoming role models who inspire others to embrace and pursue education. So really excited about this. If you're not an NGO who is on ground in the northeast regions of Nigeria that we can partner with to help empower youth, we really love that you to share that information with us. Thank you so much.